I had to, man. Like it calls for it.
Damn. I swapped headphones as well because these ones are way more comfy.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was like,
and they're obnoxious green. Why not?
Oh, this means that we can like green screen them and put like pictures of dicks in your ears and stuff. That'd be so cool.
Shit. Don't you dare.
Bing bong.
Fuck.
Yeah, this was a major disappointment, but yeah, as you rightfully said, I should have tested it. I should have tested it before.
I had a thought though, as you were missing.
Yeah.
I have a thought how we could get maybe. I wonder if we use the headphone output of like, you know, our audio interface or something into the microphone input of this cable that we've got to see if that works.
This is another thing that I wanted to look into, because first time that I tried to figure out like to improve the audio, I saw some video from some, I don't know, Brazilian guy who was talking about connecting this and this and this into your iPhone and ta-da. But he was talking about his audio interface. Now, I mean, I think it's a matter of a little bit more proper and extensive research than just like, hey, Aaron, I just found a cable on Amazon. I'm ordering it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is what's been happening. So
well, I know that you can. So like when I did a couple of reels not too long ago where you can plug your audio interface into your iPhone and it'll work basically the same as what you've done with your with your microphone. But as soon as you go into something that it perceives as a call, it completely bins it off and uses the phone audio. And I don't know whether because it doesn't understand the input output properly. But yeah,
I mean, I would guess because it's supposed to be a phone. It's not supposed to be some fucking, I don't know, high-end audio interface thing, whatever.
And that's why this little trick that we've done works in a sense of like...
Yeah. Oh, well...
Guess we'll have to... All right, I should really join it on the computer so I can see the chat.
Yeah. I'm having a little bit of an issue there with the fucking chat all the time. Every time I try to do it through... let's say Firefox, where I have...
Hey, loser.
Well, where I have my... I'm logged in as Pueblo Vista from Firefox. I don't really see like a live notification thing, but every time I do it through...
Yeah, because you are the live person.
Yeah, but I've done it in the past, and I was able to see my
What if you click on through your profile, does that work, and then go into your...
No. Yeah, I only if I do it, if I go from...
I love that the start of most of these podcasts as of late has been us doing, like, technical things.
Well, I mean, why not? Other people might learn, you know? But it is what it is. I mean, we cannot really... I mean, we gotta warm up a little bit to it. We cannot just say, oh, here's today's tea. Who's fucking up the community?
Well, there's not been so much this week. Well,
no, there has.
Well, it depends. If we want to talk about what someone shared in the Discord this week about No Idea, apparently not being an abuser now.
Yeah, I mean, we can briefly touch on it. I mean, I personally wouldn't really feel so comfortable because I'm not really invested into the topic. I haven't really done any research.
Yeah.
I've seen the. I mean, here we are. We're doing it. I've seen the initial. I've seen the initial posts that. I think that was like a year ago that happened, almost like a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then there was like a lot of back and forth. I didn't really engage to the whole topic. I definitely thought that, of course, like it's a shitty situation if somebody behaves like that or treats somebody else like that, regardless if that's let's say your significant other, whether it's like a man, a woman. Whatever it is, it's not cool. But how should I say? I think I'm gonna go with what most of the people thought, or let's see. I saw a lot of comments on the Twitter that it's like I liked his music. I like what he did. The personal side of him, that's something definitely that is not likable and it's despicable, and we condemn all that, and that's it. Do I cancel him as an artist? I don't really know. It's like, not because I'm on the fence about something. I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like it's how should I say? My life was okay before I came across his profile, artist profile, or after. Like even if I did not know about him or his music or whatever he did, I would still be who I am. You know what I mean? This didn't really affect me on a personal level.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are other producers who are, I don't know, maybe closer to him or they collabed with him and whatnot. But yeah, these are my 2 cents.
The crux of it is that you don't give a shit.
Yeah, basically.
No, that's fair.
But I said it so nicely, right?
Yeah,
it's so
exactly.
many words.
Way more eloquently than.
It's so
than
many words. I'm getting better and better in this fucking bullshit shit. Bing bong. Fuck your life.
God, fucking hell! I didn't realize it was going to be this bad.
I'm really trying hard to actually do the. I wouldn't say
accent.
The accent, yeah, which is like I think this New York sort of like East Coast accent. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Coney Island has its own accent.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fuck your life, bing bong.
Oh jeez.
This is so nice.
Well,
yeah.
We're on episode 10. Welcome to the podcast, everyone.
Welcome everybody. Welcome. This is like the celebratory, the holiday.
Yeah, well, this is the one that you said pretty much. I think if we go back to like the first or second episode, you're like, we'll save the big thing for 10. And it's like, here we are at 10,
Big
and
bang.
we still haven't got a fucking clue what we're doing.
Hey, yo!
Paul's onto a new meme this week, which you'll hear him say about 6 times throughout the... Well, 6 times is generous. 6 times within the first half an hour. I'm pretty sure every 10 minutes... We'll hear fucking
No,
bing bang. Fuck your life.
Fuck your life, bing bang.
And
I think we need to do the fingers as well. Like it's not good with the fingers. Although I think like that particular guy who says it on that YouTube thing, it's the same dude. So I think he must be like part of. I mean, I wouldn't say he's part of the show, but it's like part of the crew, or like he's like one of the people there. Is like because my first reaction, I thought he was like a cab driver or something.
Yeah,
I got this vibe, but then I saw a couple of more appearances of him where the camera is not so zoomed in into the driver's seat, and you see like it's like an SUV, like a normal car that there's no tax insignia or whatever on it. So I think he must be like some dude in the neighborhood or whatever that he just says it nicely. It's like fuck your life, bing bong.
How many can someone keep count in the chat? I think this is like the 10th time so far.
We're just getting started, boys.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, like what a year it's been, I guess, if we're going to be reflective on 20.
God damn, I don't know. It's I think it's like there's been a lot. There's a lot to digest, definitely. I mean, I've been, I don't want to talk about me. Like, I think everybody's more or less aware of the whole situation and you know, where we were or where I was, both mentally and as a label. And how that thing worked out or did not work out, or, you know, the whole team of experts meme that we have it on our Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's definitely like a subject that I won't be touching because I think we touched it a lot.
You touch a lot.
I do. I'm very touchy-feely. I like touching stuff. You know, I'm a big hugger as well. So,
okay.
Fuck your life.
Maybe once, you know, we've stopped dying, like the world has stopped dying, we can just have a nice big hug.
Yes. Yeah.
Just the awkward silence that followed that made it perfect.
Holy shit.
Yes, silence.
Yes, silence. Let's have a hug. Let's have a hug.
Oh, jeez.
No, there's been definitely a lot. I think what we can definitely talk about. I mean, the couple. Please let me go through my list. A couple of topics that.
Oh, you actually made a list.
Well, it's this the one that I had from
beforehand.
Well, fuck you. It's the one that I had from last week, basically.
All right.
The couple of subjects that also did occur a lot this year. I think one of them was the whole labels using their label artist profiles, if that's a thing, and injecting themselves in every release. I'm not talking about, I mean, I'm doing it as well, but I'm doing it for the compilations, which is something that, you know, I can officially say here that after basically the spring compilation is going to come out in March, that's going to be over. Like from summer onwards, it's going to be various VA for me. Like there's not going to be any Pueblo Vista on any compilations anymore. That's it. We're probably going to be doing I want to say a couple of singles from the comp. I would just handpick 2 of them that I really like. Probably one of them is going to be mine. Because fuck you. No, I'm just joking. And then basically we're going to go VA because I don't think it's right anymore. And well, I don't think it's right anymore. From the point of like, I think it outlived its purpose. Like I did it for a specific point.
Yeah.
It did serve its purpose, which was basically having the compilation in a specific profile, that being my artist profile. But I don't think it doesn't make any point. It doesn't make any sense to me anymore. That's it. So it's going to go out like that. Hopefully by the time this happens, like our playlists are going to grow a little bit bigger. So I would be able to provide, you know, more, let's say, stream support through that. I mean, everybody knows we're not fucking cowgirl or chill hop or whatever. So it is what it is. But then I think having a couple of 2 maximum singles out of a compilation, I think it's good with, let's say, you know, a couple of weeks released before the actual compilation.
Yeah.
That'd be great, nice and easy. So that plays out in the sense that we've been talking, or you've been talking a lot lately, which is, you know, create more content about the release, like tend to it, care to it, let it like breathe, and eventually roll into, you know, the compilation, the fiesta basically, and that's that. But yeah, that's one subject. And the other one that we can definitely talk about, because we briefly touched it at the end of last week, was the whole Ian Urbina thing, which was quite interesting. Like, I mean, I don't know if you have anything to add about the whole
I definitely do.
Please do.
So yeah, when as pretty much everyone is aware, I started Kiwi Bear Records in April. And setting up the label was pretty, you know, I'd kind of had my plan before we kicked off, just so I knew kind of what I was doing. But the one thing I was unsure about was, like, going into it, I saw that, you know, you had, like, you've got Chill Select, Chill Moon, even Pueblo Vista. You were putting your, like, label artist names, I guess, as like a primary artist as well. So I went to distributor Dashco and I was like, hey, you know, I've noticed that this is happening. Is this something that we have to do in order to get royalty splits? Because again, I didn't understand all of that. I very much went in pretty blind in terms of how all of that works. And Dashco were pretty much just like, no, you don't have to do that at all. In fact, the DSPs, they don't actually like it. He even said that they were getting a bit pissy about it all. So I was like, right, okay, so what's the point then? Just straight up, I was just like, what's the point? And you know, Dashco echoed what you said. It's a way of keeping a compilation under one profile so it's easily searchable. In my opinion, I thought that was a bit... I got the point, but I thought it was a bit stupid. I was like, well, you know, if you're pushing out, if you're marketing your compilation like well enough, it shouldn't matter whether it's various artists, VA, or whether it's under a thingy profile. At the end of the day, if people are going to be searching for this compilation release, they'll either, you know, find it through an artist that's featured on it, find it through any promotional material that you're doing, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
So, you know, we went straight into it understanding that you don't need to have a label artist profile. And I've been pretty much against it since. And I've heard from a couple of other producers as well that have basically said, like, they don't like it when labels do that. So yeah, that's something that we've always been against, and it hasn't been until recently, because I've always said, you know, in amongst like chats with people, that it's, you know, not really it's kind of frowned upon between the DSPs and stuff, and someone rightly turned around and said, you know, is there actually any proof of that? And at that point, no, I'd looked through the terms of service and all that nonsense to try and see if there was anything specific about that. And it wasn't until another label was reaching out to Spotify to sort out, you know, to get a label team in Spotify for artists, that, you know, we got the official word from Spotify that said that it is against their policy for labels to essentially masquerade as an artist. Like, that's not, you know, that's not good. Let me see if I can dig up the exact wording so I'm not just talking out of my arse.
Oh, we love your ass. We love your ass anyway.
It will take me a couple of seconds just to get the wording.
No stress. I think the wording also is like, it's specifically vague as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So
they
like,
said artist teams who get access to individual artists intended for artists and their direct management label teams. Oh, here we go. In accordance with our content guidelines, labels or companies that distribute music shouldn't be listed in the role of an artist on releases or artist profiles. These guidelines are in place in order to ensure the artist names and other identities don't confuse or mislead our listeners.
Exactly.
So, yeah, they don't like it. And I've heard the other argument as well, that it's like, well, how are we supposed to pitch to Spotify if we don't have access?
That's where you apply for label access.
Yeah, you apply for a label team within Spotify for artists, and you get access to all of your artists. And this is actually something that a lot of people didn't know and understand. And again, I was saying it within a group chat, and they were like, So you basically have access to my Spotify for Artists account. Yeah, and I'm like,
so it's
yes.
the same way that Dashco has it.
I can see everything that the artist releases. The only thing that it limits you is you can't go deep into the statistics of a release that isn't your own.
Yeah, but still, I mean, why would you anyway? I mean, I don't. Why would you? If it's not yours, then why would you? I'm sorry to interrupt and interject. Basically, every time that I had mentioned something, that specific thing, that was basically, there's like two things that I would like to clear. One of them I've been clearing it for like at least 5 years now. Is that Pueblo Vista is not the label name.
Yeah,
the label name has always been something different. It was like these weird squiggly hieroglyphic characters that loosely could translate into Pueblo Vista sound. Because it's like the initials like PVS. However, officially, the company, because there is a company behind it, guys, like, you know, hello, is Pueblo Vista Music and Media. So, you know, Pueblo Vista is the brand, and you can say, yeah, potato. Yeah, to that, I'd say, fuck your life. Bing bong.
Fuck's sake.
That was a segue. No, but when you have like other labels that they use the exact label name as the artist, then I've said this to many people in the past, like, you're literally one report away from you losing your artist profile. And at the end of the day, Aaron, like, for me, well, the reason why these people do it is because of the numbers. It's exactly what we talked about. I'm not, you know, I'll gladly welcome anyone to come and convince me otherwise. But I know for a fact that it's because you want to fucking flex on your fucking label numbers, and that's it. I mean, there are some people who do it straight up and they've never bullshitted about it. I think you know who it is. But I tip my hat off to him. That's it, because at least, like, there's no bullshit there. It's like straight up, this is what I do. Fuck your life. I get it. I get it. But other people who like, you know, like One Love and whatever, you're doing it just because you wanted to flex. And to set the record straight, I would like to say that I was the one that basically did it, or let's say properly applied this principle when I joined Dashco. But I didn't do it to the extent that you see everybody now, like that they put the label name in every fucking release. I mean, come on, guys. Dumb. Like, come the fuck on. Like, why would you do that all the time?
It looks stupid.
Yeah, if anything, this hinders your chances on an editorial, because the moment the curator is going to figure it out, because they all do, we're humans, we're not idiots, they will just stop doing it. I mean, there's been like a couple of, let's say, labels that maybe the past 6 months had some luck in getting placements in editorials, but that shit ran out really fast. I think there's nothing happening the past month or so. And even like some of the releases, or let's say most of them that got this love from the editorials, they're gone. They're not in the editorials anymore. So, and exactly what you said, it just looks stupid.
Yep. But the thing is, on the topic of like, oh, it's just for flex and it's just for numbers, just do some fucking simple maths.
Exactly.
Like if you do it correctly, like, and I'm gonna straight up say this, if you do it correctly, like I'm doing, all it takes is for you to just go into your Spotify for artists, go to each release that you've done through each of those artists, write down the number, add them all together, boom, you've got your monthly listener number. Just because it's not officially on a Spotify profile.
Mate, can I just say, you and me, and also these people that we're talking about, or let's say the majority of the lo-fi label owners out there at the time, they're using fucking Dashko. If anything, Dashko is one of the most detailed reporter when it comes to statistics. You see fucking statistics from playlists. Like, you know how many streams you got from your playlist, from my playlist, from an editorial, like whatever. Like, and you see it. You see the totality of your releases. Yeah. So, just because,
yes and no, because on that note,
the only thing you don't see is the monthly listeners on Spotify. Like, why would you want to see your label's monthly listeners? I mean, like you said, it's quick math. Or you can make like a rounded up figure, like, it's like this amount of streams. Like, if we calculate that it's like 1.3 streams per listener, it's a simple, like, unless you don't know math. That's
the thing though. Monthly numbers at the end of the day will change every day.
Yeah, exactly.
For every day that you proceed. So, you could have monthly listeners of like 1,500, 150,000. And then the next day you've dropped off a massive playlist. That 150,000 is just going to go fucking straight down. Like, not even talking about the whole lo-fi elevator thing that we were talking about. Like, monthly listeners on a vast profile means nothing. What I'd want to know is, how many total streams did that release that you did a month ago get? Within those 30 days.
But you can still do that on Dashboard. You just go to the profile, you find the release, and it's filtered. It's a matter of filters. Like, that's it.
The only thing I struggled with on Dashco was separating label releases with my own account, because pretty much everything's merged in there, because I have
understood.
The Dashco account from my artist one that was set up when I released with labels, and now the label one in there as well. So it's all smashed together. So it is difficult for me to try and figure that out. But at the end of the day, like you said, just filter it from artists. It will take you an hour at most to go, even if you have like 1,000 artists. If you really want to flex those numbers,
take a screenshot from your fucking Dashco numbers,
people won't want to do that. It might reveal something.
Okay. Bing bong. Yeah. Yo.
It's a frustrating topic that I see.
Yeah, it is.
And I was speaking with someone yesterday that had recently essentially got on board with the label on a higher level. I guess they've started running this label that's been out there without giving too many details or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, I've got a new release. Like, do you want to check it out?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, you've got the label name as an artist on the release. Like, that's so disappointing."
Yeah.
And they were just like, it's what the previous owner did. I think they were talking about maybe changing that. I don't know. Not my business, but, I like to be there and be like, no, you're doing it wrong.
Look, at the end of the day, there's no, how should I say? But let's be fair. Like, there's no right and wrong, Like, you want to do what you want to do. Like, this is your, it sounded like super new. You want to do what you want to do, huh? Yeah. Fuck your life. Bing bong.
You want to do it?
You want to eat some spaghetti? I don't care. it's your brand, it's your label. You want to fuck with it, fuck with it the way you want. Like, I'm here just to, you put that shit out in public.
You're just here to be a cunt.
Well, yeah, I'm a cunt. Well, yeah, I'm a cunt. You put that shit out there in the public. We're having a discussion here or whatever. Of course, we're gonna, discuss about it and critique it. I mean, I'm open for discussions and critique as well myself. Like, I'll happily, I happily get canceled. Whatever. Like, come at me, bro. I don't care. I'm open for discussion. Like, I think we've said it in the past. Like, the live is open. You want to join? Say your piece. Fuck it. Unless you're like what is it? Why am I saying, like, I want to say free bunda, but the bunda is like, it's something different.
The louder guy.
The louder guy. Unless you're the louder guy, go fuck your life, louder guy. So that's it. So how you run your label, your brand name, your artist, whatever, it's up to you. You like it, do it. I'm going to talk about it because, how should I say? I think we also need to stress that, like, it doesn't, like, some people might come at me and say, oh yeah, for you, Bong, it's easy to talk, because, like, no, it's not. Like, I didn't just show up here just like that, and it's not easy. Like, I try to remove myself from all these discussions, but there comes always, like, a point that I see something and I'm like, fuck it. I would like to educate people, and I would like to tell them what's, like I said before, this is not wrong or right, whatever. What's nice and what's not. What's good or bad. Like, in terms of, like, a brand. Like, if you're, like, imagine, like, Pueblo Vista right now. I think we're close, like, to, I think 2,500 released tracks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then we're talking about why the scene is saturated, right? Am I right? But anyway, we've been doing it for quite some time now. So, yeah. Imagine if Pueblo Vista was a fucking primary artist on all of these tracks. I mean, I can tell you for sure that I would have at least, I would guess, 2 to 2.5 monthly, a million monthly listeners. Easy.
2.5 monthly listeners.
2.5 monthly listeners, yeah, that would be great. But 2.5 to 3 million monthly listeners for sure, because, like, editorials, blah, 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 blah. And then what? Like, what's the purpose? If the purpose of that is, like, to share, like, share something on social media, I don't see the point. If that would make my dick grow an inch, I would do it. But it won't.
But that's the driving force for a lot of people, though, isn't it? It is monthly listeners.
It's the monthly
listeners.
Yeah.
Proof of that success. And if that, if that's the way you want to exist, then great. I think one thing that's good to mention, though, and it's something that I've thought about fairly recently, is since we've started doing this, I guess I want to say that, like, we don't, like, me and Paul, we don't agree on everything. We
definitely not.
Yes, we have shared opinions when we're talking and stuff on this, but there is times that you do stuff with your label that I wouldn't do with mine. I just want to kind of get that out into the world that we are different people, and
yes,
what you do is your business, what I do is my business. We don't always agree on stuff, or how each other operates. But like you said, there's no right or wrong. If that's the way that you want to operate, like your label, then great.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've got the way that I want to operate mine. But like I said, we both have opinions on how each of us do it. You're always taking the piss out of me and my cheat sheet, and I don't agree that your content ID in your track. So
exactly.
There we go.
But it is what it is. Like, it's not. I think it's a healthy relationship. You're not supposed to agree with everybody all the time. However, where we agree is pressing other issues like that this is not right. Well, this is not a proper way to grow a brand.
Yeah.
By adding your brand name in everything that you do. Like,
but it's there anyway. Like, that's the frustrating thing. Like, if you look hard enough, it's there.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, it's. I don't understand, man. I don't understand.
And in fact, you can even search Spotify, and I think even Apple Music, through just by searching. I think it's label colon and then the label name, and it will come up with all the label releases. You don't.
Yeah. I think that's the only downside, I think, that Spotify and Apple Music hasn't really clearly implemented. This is the only feature on Beatport that I would wish that both Apple Music and Spotify and potentially Deezer, of course. I mean, I'm not, Amazon is whatever. They would include that, so I can search clearly for label releases.
I think Apple has started doing that. I saw that when I was looking into Apple and labels the other day, and I think there was a couple of news things now where they've made it so you can you can search for labels specifically, but I don't know whether it's just limited to major labels, which would make sense.
But you have to do some weird like typing, like
I
the syntax
don't know.
is different.
I haven't tried.
Okay, right. No, but it's, at least on Beatport, it's like really straightforward. It's like label, search for label, and then you type the label name and shit comes up, which makes sense. I mean, again, this is like, I think at the end of the day, it's a very niche feature because 99% of this search field is going to be used by producers.
Yeah.
It's just like, whatever. What's 11 saying? Please share your thoughts about lo-fi pop or lo-fi songs with vocals on them. Proper pop songs about lo-fi. Well, I've done remixes for I mean, my thoughts. No, sorry. Like, I didn't want to like jump over like Aaron.
No, it's fine.
Okay. My thoughts, which are of course biased because I did it. I don't have any negative. I'm not getting any negative vibe about it. Like it's, I think if you're going in the approach of if Pratik, if you're asking about like if it's good or like if it's a cool thing to do or not, or if it's making lo-fi more commercialized or whatnot, I think this was it's a topic that we've been discussing for months now, that it was bound to happen and it has been happening. Lo-fi has been very out there when it comes to audience. It was very popular when it came to audiences, but it was not as popular when it came to I want to say Hollywood, but let's just say the major labels and all that. Like we were, lo-fi wasn't really a thing. However, of course, like all major genres or major labels or major artists, they would like to definitely, get a little bit of that, that piece of action. So we've seen some of them doing it on their own. Like you would see some people like releasing versions of their songs in a more lo-fi-esque type of beat. Then there's other people like, I mean, Pratik knows well that, when it came to the Universal stuff, like they would, every now and then when I would get cranky, they would just offer me remix opportunities.
Well, I think for me, it depends entirely what he means by lo-fi pop.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, I think
it's like lo-fi beats with vocals.
I think there's so much room for that sort of stuff. There isn't enough of it.
Oh, yeah.
I would 100% say there needs to be more of that. But I think as well with how, I guess, slightly mainstream but also oversaturated that the term lo-fi has become. Like, lo-fi isn't a genre. Lo-fi is I guess a descriptor of what that genre is. It's low fidelity. It's intentionally technicality. It's rough around the edges. It's not
the quality of the music, basically. Yeah, it's low fidelity. But what we do is far from low fidelity.
Well, yeah, at this point, well, maybe. But if we're talking about like lo-fi pop in terms of like bedroom pop and stuff, that shit's blowing up. You've got like Girl in Red, Men I Trust, Snail Mail, all these, Crumb, all these different artists, and that shit I love. And that's something that we're really keen to move into with our label as well. Definitely more bedroom pop stuff. We've released, I guess you could call it kind of a lo-fi pop track from Mysterio. That's called Pacify. Yeah. And we have a track coming up which is kind of like an old R&B lo-fi type thing from K Beats. That's coming out next year. And then actually we did a Sleepy Beats, who released with us one of our first label releases, who did kind of like a Sleepy.
Who?
Sleepy Beats. Sleapy.
Sleepy stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, his first double single with us was Sleepy, and that was when we were happy to release that stuff.
Yeah. That's like.
But he teamed up with his friend and Love CJ. That's what he's called, and we did kind of, I would say, kind of like a bedroom pop rap track called Trippin', which is catchy as fuck. So yeah, I mean, if we're talking about that sort of side of lo-fi, like, bedroom poppy type stuff, bedroom indie, I love that shit, and I want to see more of that as well.
Yeah, I think it's, how should I say, for me it seems that it's the same, it's basically bedroom pop, or that exactly genre that you're describing there, that it sounds more organic, more warm, like there's vocals to it, but the beat is more, it's not so the classic pop beat, but it's more abstract. I don't know how I should put it. And I think we've had and now there's some sort of we're adding new terms to existing music.
Yeah.
And I think this happens with every new generation that comes through. I'm pretty sure we had the discussion before about lo-fi house. Like, what is lo-fi house? Which to me, coming from the dance music, deep house, tech house, minimal house, it sounds like a fusion of all these things. Like, it's like, I think I told you, it sounds like minimal deep tech house.
Yeah.
With an extra, you just sprinkle some vinyl crackle on it again, or fucking birds chirping or some shit.
Yeah. Well, it makes the most of those kind of, I guess, jazzy aesthetic sounds as well, like
exactly.
Fender Rhodes, and
it's not like 5-6 minutes long. Back in my day when we used to actually mix tracks, when you're doing the DJing, you were doing mixes of 1 to 2.5, 3 minutes long, with tracks overlapping.
Yeah.
Fucking kids these days, man.
Yeah, kids with their 1 minute 30 tracks. What the fuck?
I mean, don't get me wrong, when I came into the scene and then somebody was like, oh, Paul, you need to do mixtapes. The first mixtapes that I did, Pueblo Vista, I was actually trying to mix the tracks. And then I went to YouTube and I heard track, silence, track, silence, track. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is easier than doing radio, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, maybe we need to bring that back.
Maybe not. So, yeah, what do we have here? Tunes, bedroom pop, indie is what I meant. That side of the lo-fi actually pretty catching. Yeah. I mean,
it definitely has a broader reach.
This is definitely where I think that's the natural evolution for this genre. This is where things should move, and I think through the years, especially since 2016, 2017, I'm pretty sure that most of the people who are still doing it, they should evolve towards that direction and assume the role of the producers, like a real producer. Rather, I mean, if you really want to, I wouldn't say make money, but if you really want to do this your day job, or if you really want to do this in the future, you should start assuming more and more. And I think there's a lot of interest from other artists, like indie artists that are, let's say, vocalists or lyricists that are more interested in this sound, and you can definitely work with these people, and then you can come up with something beautiful at the end of the day. And this is the way it should go. And however, this definitely is not going to happen overnight. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, and I see this as a ever-growing process in the next 2 to 4 years before we actually see now for me, in that particular genre that 11 is talking about, or that you're talking about, there's a lot of diamonds in the rough, but then we will be able to see, in 2 to 4 years, we'll be seeing definitely more and more gems coming out. And that's when I'm sure lo-fi will go into another evolution stage. This will go somewhere else after that. I don't know where, but
I think it's already there. I think we're just, I guess, slow to catch up on it. I mean, if you look at the artist Palfu, they had that incredibly popular song on TikTok called Deathbed, and that has over 1.1 billion streams.
Oh,
and
wow.
that is literally just a remix of, I think it's Biadubi. She did a song. He took the vocals from that and pitched it up. When you hear it, you'll know it immediately, and then he just kind of like rapped over the top of that. But that's basically just like a lo-fi track that he'd taken a pop song or a bedroom pop song, and it blew up on TikTok, and now he's sitting there with over 1 billion streams on that song alone.
Nice.
And that's an avenue that you could go down as well if there are other singer-songwriters out there that are that are trying to make moves as well. Like, talk with people, network in that sense of things. Like, try and get out of this circle jerk of
speaking of which, might as well do it here. Like, we've the only release I've done 2 releases on that particular genre, and they were actually like a year ago,
right?
From an artist called Cry Spy. He's an Austrian guy. He's in Vienna, and actually Pratek, he made a remix. Like, we had Cry Spy, he had a track called It's Good, and we did a proper release with 3 remixes, one of them for 11, one of them from Green Tea, and there was a third one from Coffee Beats.
We like Coffee Beats. What are you talking about?
Yeah, of course we do. No, that particular one was really great. And Cry Spy, we also had like a single from him, basically a double single in the sense of like the vocal version and the instrumental version. Funnily enough, the vocal version actually was more popular than the instrumental. I thought the other thing would happen, but apparently, So maybe that could be a good artist for you to reach out if you want, because if you want to include them in your stuff and you're looking and going to that direction, I would definitely recommend him to you. And of course, you can say that Paul told me to reach out. It's no problem.
Are you talking to me there or 11?
I'm talking to you, you fucking asshole.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Sure. Fuck your life, bing bang.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. And I gotta say, like, the remix that and 11 knows that the remix that Green Tea did. Oof. You should. I'm gonna send you the links on Discord actually. So
right.
you can give it a listen afterwards. It's really fucking like the remix that Green Tea did was, I don't know, man. That shit is like, it reminded me of a lot of like, I got like a James Blake vibe to it.
Okay.
Like that super dirty, weird, like heavy bass. I don't know. Like, and this is the kind of shit that I would like to do as well. Like, I would like to have releases like that. Like, sadly, and to add to what you were saying, like that not a lot of people have caught the wind for it, is that because there's not a lot of labels doing it. You know what I mean? So I think
now there is.
Well, dude, like, we need, how should I say, we need to do it more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody's like pretty hang up into doing the classic lo-fi whatever, which I think now, if you don't diversify your portfolio, is what we said before in the last podcast, you're definitely gonna, miss that train.
Instead of burning out.
Exactly, because you just keep like pushing out singles from fucking compilations, man. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, it's like you're literally, it's like as if you don't even give a fuck about what you're releasing.
Yeah.
Like, how can you, as a label, what's the word I'm looking for? Stand behind 30 singles in one day. Like, if it comes out in a form of a compilation, it's more easily manageable. You say, okay, this is the compilation that came out. Maybe you can make a selection and say, oh, I will promote 10 of them or 15 of them or whatever, or do this or that. Yeah. But you cannot have the compilation and the singles. No. Like, it has to be like an either or. Like, you need to focus your strength. Like, I know there's other, labels out there. They would just make a couple of posts on Instagram, and then that's it. It's gone. Dude, that fucking compilation had 30 tracks. I'm being like the overkill guy now. I'm trying to saturate Instagram rather than saturate Spotify. I would just try to I would just try to I have everything saved, let's say, on my Google Drives, and every other day I will try to push out a couple of tracks from the winter compilation, because it's like, let's say if it's 30 tracks and you have like 30 days in the month, of course you have other releases, it's not just the compilation, so you just need to
but that's the difference though, isn't it? You're promoting, you're marketing it, you're promoting, you're letting people know that, you know, every day, like we mentioned previously, not everybody is going to see that one post that you do.
Exactly.
So if you released one post one week, it could see like, you know, 15% of your audience. Post something another week, that could see another 15%. And you know what you're doing, I wouldn't necessarily say is oversaturating. At the end of the day, you're putting your marketing prowess out there and showing what you've got. What you're not doing is completely filling up people's release radars, filling up people's because I don't know whether you noticed on Spotify now, you've got like a little notification bell that you can go on and see who's got like new releases and stuff.
That's nice.
You know, that for me used to be full of lo-fi, and I was like, I like this genre but not this much.
Exactly.
And you know, I as I've said before, I have now a very, very select, like, you know, an artist has, as much as I want to support everyone on their Spotify with like followers and stuff,
you can't really,
it's not going to work if I'm following everyone and that's all my release radar is. I'm not going to listen to my release radar. I don't
exactly,
I don't care, and it's not going to benefit you in any way, shape or form. So, you know, again, it's that putting out some like really great stuff. It's making something different, making something unique and appealing that's different than that. So yeah, I just have a very, very select group of artists within the lo-fi genre that join every other genre that I listen to, and my release radar is an actual clusterfuck of everything. It's probably the most bizarrest listening experience you could ever have. If anyone wants to listen to that, let me know and I'll send you a link.
Not.
Fuck off. But it's just like bing bong, I don't know.
Bing bong. What was it like? I also looking at the chat. Also like since he's in the chat and he's like also in the future, Amy. Let's give him like a big shout out, because the guy made his first editorial ever. So boom, boom, boom. I mean,
I'm not celebrating that.
Well,
fuck off.
I will.
No, I congratulations.
I'm really happy to see you know, when this happens, like to people who maybe they don't have these huge followings, or they don't like, they don't write dicks, or they just do whatever they want to do. They do their music, they try to do the collabs and this and that, and honestly, you know, put in like the hard work, and then eventually they get like a recognition, and which is great. And I think the most important thing is, for me, is I popped his cherry when it came to the editorial.
That's all you're proud of.
Exactly.
You're proud of being able to say that.
Exactly. Fuck my life. Bing bong.
Yeah, exactly. Not me, who's been making music for like 2 years and releasing it and still yet to get editorial.
Well, this should tell you something about the music you're putting.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna put everything in the bin now.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think
congratulations.
It's
good job.
It's good. So yeah, what else do we have to talk about? Anything else, or
the whole Ian Urbina thing?
Every time you say his name, it comes out differently.
I don't care. Because my takeaway from all of this, right? Is simply Ian Urbina. The thing that the takeaway that I get is if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, and this is the prime example of that. And the fact that over 400 fucking artists got
nearly 600, I think it was like.
I wouldn't necessarily say scammed, because at the end of the day,
they just fell for it.
It's just like, are you fucking? it's like that guy we spoke about previously that was offering like $150 for throwaway tracks.
Oh, the LA.
It's just that shit again. It's just one of those fucking "I'll make you a superstar, kid" opportunities that artists will fall for.
I think the cause, when I first got that email, I mean, because I got the email as well, but I never went back to it. I ignored it. I think it was like April last year.
Yeah.
There's already been like a lot of talk about it, and I had like mentions from other people like, "Hey, I got this. Like, what do you think?" I was like, "Hey." There were a lot of things that kind of like checked out in the sense of you were getting an email from a New York Times email address, so that's legit.
But also for me, a red flag.
Yeah, but then the red flag for me was like when you looked him up and you see that he's not employed by the New York Times anymore, but he still uses the corporate address.
Yeah.
Which was like, I mean, if I'm a business, like what I know from the private sector, the moment you cut ties with a corporation, whether you're fired or resign or laid off or whatever, you don't have any access to your corporate email address. Like, that's it. Like, it's not that I leave the company that I work for because I was sacked and then I'm like, oh, can you please let me have the address? No, fuck no. Like, that's the first thing that IT does. They just deactivate all your accounts. So that felt to me like a bit weird. And then I think the pitch, the cause was pretty, I would say, noble and straightforward. Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, you did recognize, even if a monkey with half a brain could recognize that the guy was looking for funding for his very hardcore, low-key, life-threatening reportage or investigative reporting that he did. And the guy it's not a nobody. He's been out there. He's been doing it for like a couple of decades. Like, there's credit to it. But then the fact that I didn't really get was him being a primary artist in one of the releases. Because if you have like this sort of like non-profit on your...
Well, no, he wanted songwriter credits, didn't he?
Yeah, he wanted songwriter credits as well. Like, it was like, I understand like you being a primary artist, but why would you want to collect the publishing rights too? Because if at the end of the day you wanted to basically fund your project, you could have made a label like everybody else does. He did, exactly, which was like a non-profit on his wife's name, which was also like another flag, like, whatever. But, stays within the family. I mean, you could have done it on his name or whatever, but maybe for taxing purposes. Again, I haven't done any research. I'm just thinking out loud, I guess. We're not accusing anybody of anything. We're just more or less discussing the video that we saw from that other musicians that he put it out, and this is what we're commenting on. So, you can do it like I do it, like you do it. Like, it's a straightforward, let's say, business transaction. You get your royalties and your splits, and that's it. Yeah. And you can still you can sell it and package it the same way you want to package it, that I'm doing it for the Oceans project and this project and whatever. But why would you want to be on the pub rights, bro? Like, you didn't do anything. Like, you didn't write anything. You didn't like mix, mastered anything. Like, you have like zero involvement other than just putting your name out there. So,
well, to back it up, he also did that typical thing of like promising the world. He dropped names like, he was working with Spotify, he was working with Netflix, he had a book publisher that was on board within Netflix, had apparently a series or a document waiting for it. He also he was saying that he works closely with DistroKid. Just all of these things that to any I guess unknowing artist would just be like, oh shit, this seems like mad fine. 50% cool, because 50% of all of this is going to be absolutely insane. Turns out 6 months down the line it wasn't absolutely insane. Now to give Rybina credit, they have since kind of backtracked on it. They've apologized in a sense, and they have now offered 100% of everything back to the artists.
Yeah.
And they're also letting anyone who wants out to get out whenever they want, which I guess is noble. But as I've seen through, like, you know, the whole journalism thing, everyone will focus on the big story, which is, oh, some dude is ripping off tons of artists. What they then won't come back and say is, but he did backtrack and, you know, give it back. But yeah, I think for me, I just kind of see it as another kind of cliche, I'll make you a star opportunity that, again, a lot of people have fallen for. And a lot of, like, well-known people as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, it didn't help that, you know, he was using a legitimate email address. He was a well-known person within his industry. But then to that, I say, why would an Oceanic journalist be looking to get hundreds of artists together to release music to go alongside a project?
Exactly.
Like,
I mean,
the concept seemed decent, you know, kind of music to go along with.
It is. It's very decent. It's like, how should I say? It really was for a good cause. Yeah. Because you know, bringing this topic that he was working on, this whole oceanic pirating, whatever, all that stuff, that was like, it. You know, there's a lot of value to that as a journalistic project, or like investigative journalism. Like, it makes absolute sense. He didn't have to add all this fluff on it. Yeah. Like, like try to go, like, jump through hoops or go out of his way, whatever, to like legitimize it even more. I mean, dude, it's legit. Like, it's okay.
But then think about it: if he came to you, just straight up honest in an email, be like, hey, I want to use your music to promote my oceanic journalism. It will be added to some playlists. They'll be promoted very seldomly. And I want 50% of everything. You just like, turn around and be like,
I don't think so.
No,
but because I know a lot of people who did it because they actually believed in his vision. Yeah. And what he wanted to do. They were like, you know, I mean, you can also argue and say, why don't you just fucking set up a Patreon, dude? Yeah. But it makes sense. I mean, it's not the first time in human history or the arts that music is been utilized to, or let's say music is bundled with something to make it more successful or have a bigger reach and all that stuff. I mean, it's proven. Like, this equation has been solved. There's no need to, you know, go at this problem from the beginning again.
Fucking Amy calling it out as it is.
What does he say? What does the fucking say? Hey, like, a lot of love like that, depending on Dashko. What do you think about? Fuck you, man.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, we can definitely touch that. This is a celebratory episode anyway. Aaron doesn't have to play D&D after that, so whatever. No, to finish my thought is basically the last thing that I wanted to add is, and maybe, you know, it's not that a popular opinion, but it's like, I did not really like the headlines. Again, I agree with you because that's where journalism is going to focus on, clickbaiting and all that stuff. But I didn't really agree with find out how a journalist scammed all this stuff. No, like, it's not accurate. You know what I mean? Yeah. You could have phrased it better, or you could have said, this journalist added blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm not a fucking wordsmith myself, but I wouldn't call it like scamming, because when you go into discussions with a person and you sign a fucking contract and everything is transparent, you know, the 50-50 whatever. Yeah. Did he, because he didn't lie. I think he did not lie about the whole Netflix thingy and that, because we all know, like, big productions like that, or let's say we can all assume, take time. And he had started this, I think this project started officially about maybe 3 years ago and was slowly picking up. And then don't forget, the past 2 years, we live in a fucking pandemic. There's like thousands of productions that's stopped. Yeah. Like, they literally stopped, and they only, like, we see things rebooting like the past 6 to 8 months. So it makes sense that you know, the Netflix documentary might have stopped, like this discussion, that discussion, whatever. I think where he came short, and I'm pretty sure like he's also like overwhelmed, because managing a label, especially a lo-fi label, is not easy. Because you gotta be in there and talk to people. It's
There
not
wasn't
like,
just
oh,
lo-fi as well.
Yeah. It's not like I'm just gonna run to the oceans and you motherfuckers make the music, and there's a person sending copy pasta emails around on my behalf, because this is what was happening in the end. Allegedly, according, this is what I think, at least. And did I lose my train of thought right now? I think I did, but I was making such a great argument. Yeah, I think, yeah. He came short not informing people, because I think this was part of the apology, like, oh, this didn't pan out and we're very sorry, whatever. Dude, say it. It's not that difficult. Like, you have all these emails, put them in a fucking MailChimp and send a mass email out to everybody and make an announcement, or have a fucking Discord like we do, you know? Like, he's not
because
like,
everyone reads those announcements.
well, you can add everyone, and whoever wants to read it, they want to read it. But most of the time, if your Discord is active enough, you can. Anyway, what I'm saying is, like, there's many ways to skin a cat. So if he wanted to inform people on time, maybe he did. But if he wanted to succeed in informing people, he could have done it. Like, we live in 2022, for fuck's sake. We have emails, we have Facebooks, Instagrams. Like, I would go out of my way if I want to contact the producer that he's not available on an email or whatever. If there's something really important, I will send you an Instagram message, and if I don't see that you've seen it, I will send you an email, or maybe I will even message you on Discord, like, do I have like 5 ways to contact you, and this is like really urgent? I will use all 5 at once to make sure that you got the message.
Yeah, we basically do that every day.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, we even do it for people,
just
like,
by complete accident.
we're asking people to give us fucking their bank details to send them fucking royalties, and they never get back to us, and they're like, oh, but you're scamming me, dude. Come on.
I'll have Paul message me on Facebook, and then he'll continue the conversation on Discord, and then
Yeah, and
I'll
then
then get a message in the afternoon on Instagram.
Like, yeah, exactly.
I'm waiting for the WhatsApp.
Yeah. Oh, no, we're not gonna go there. No. Fuck
Or
WhatsApp.
do we not use WhatsApp?
Well, I think if we add WhatsApp in the thing, it's just gonna convolute a lot of things. It's fucking weird, because the one discussion has been broken down into 3-4 different chat messaging apps, and you're kind of like losing the plot eventually, and you're like, oh, where did you say that? I don't know. Maybe it was on Instagram. Maybe it was like whatever. So yeah, like I wouldn't necessarily call Urbino bad. You know, like, he just did he fuck up big time?
Yeah.
Was this intentional? I don't really think so. It just got out of his hand, because, like, there's one thing managing a label, and because the response was like pretty huge. Like, I don't think he would I mean, not us who are like being active labels have such a great response to what we do and growth. So yeah, I mean, it's really good at least that he gave the option to people to opt out. And it's very evident of what's happening, because I think when the whole shitstorm started, he was close to like 1 million monthly listeners, and now he's down to 500K, and this is like within a month, so you can tell like people are pulling off. But yeah, word of advice, Mr. Urbina, like, maybe next time, I mean, you got to choose what you want to do. You want to do like getting into the fucking label management thing is like, yeah, but what I definitely do not agree is the whole writer rights. No, that's.
I think I did see somewhere that he was offering field recordings for people to use.
Yeah,
and that was a justification there as well.
Yeah, which is like a whole like if this is how you think fucking copyright works, bro. It's like you're in another planet. It's like, oh, let me just record Aaron talking over the phone at his house. Boom! I own the copyrights. Oh god. Oh.
Well, it's a lesson learned for a lot of artists. I think.
Exactly. I mean, there's also like keep in mind there's like a bunch of artists that I know also personally who don't give a fuck. They're not really going to pull out. I mean, the same way that, how should I say, a lot of artists, for example, never really pulled out from the whole Das Collector fiasco.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever, like, let them have it. Like, they didn't care. It's like, it's a track, whatnot.
Yeah, but this, again, is something that, like, kind of annoys me about, especially, like, the lo-fi scene, is how, you know, just this term, like, throwaway track is like...
Yeah, it's sad.
Oh, I don't care about that, really. They can have it. It's like,
Yeah. But
come on.
Yeah, it only took me a couple of hours to put it together. Like, okay,
but that's a couple of hours that you spent putting that together. You know, that's something that you clearly cared enough to load up your computer, to load up your door, and
yeah.
do
Let me
stuff.
just say this: if that particular track was doing like fucking millions of streams and it was like in 50 editorials, of course they would like to pull it out. But if it had like a couple of thousand streams or like 20-30K, it's like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, whatever. Like, going into the process of asking them to take it down, and you know, if you're a little bit insecure and you're an incel or you're like introvert or whatever, you don't really want to create like friction and whatever. Yeah, let them have it. I don't care.
Just do what I did and re-release it. Just remake it and re-release it under a different name.
Yeah, you can do that as well. So it is what it is. I mean, I personally, well, with them, like you said, we're talking about the subject. I mean, I get, is it? No, was it 2 years ago? Was it a year ago?
It was 2020.
Oh, so we could like talk about it. Well, we're not. But I mean, we had a collab compilation with them, and I just said, you know, let's just take the stuff out, and we took it down, and then we just re-released our entries as singles, and that was it. And even when I was talking to the guys, because what I was gonna do, a couple of them were like, "Yeah, I know, you don't even have to release it, Paul. It's fine." I was like, "Dude, I mean, it's your work.
Yeah.
Why? Let's put it out. I mean, it was released, but I said if you're explicit, don't want me to, then I'll just, you know, stay out of it." But they were like, "Yeah, whatever, you know, like do whatever you want." It's like, sure. So I just put it out as a re-release, as singles, and that was it. So
yeah, I don't understand this. I guess this disposable nature with a lot of producers in this genre. Like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter, don't release it. Like, dude, you put work into making that a thing.
Exactly. Why would you?
I guess in some cases, a lot of artists just don't. They'll stick some splice stuff together and call it a day. Like, which that's a whole different story.
Yeah. But I mean, why not? Like you said, it's like, it's your music. Like, if you don't care about it, how do you expect other people to care about it? You know, like, what the fuck? Yeah. Get the fuck out. More space for us in the editorial list.
Yeah.
Fuck your life, bing bong. I just wanted to say it.
Yeah, sorry, it's been too long since the last one.
Yes, exactly. Exactamundo. Ay. Oh well.
So, what do you have planned for
for the evening?
No, like this is it for the year. Like, this is the last 2021 Sunday roast.
It is, right?
Podcast. Like, what are your plans for the next year? Like what have you got in store? Fuck all.
You can say that again, man. I mean, I think for the podcast, I think we the desire, I think the common desire from both of us, and we can share it with everybody else, all 12 of you listening.
Hell yeah.
Is that we're definitely planning to get some people in the podcast. However, we wouldn't want to do the conventional artist interviews because this is getting a little bit too saturated. I would definitely like to have a bunch of you on this, but you know, us talking about, oh, take me through your process, or what are your, you know, like what are your inspirations and whatnot. Nah, I would like to have something more personal, whatever. I think until me and Aaron figure out a structure for that, or what kind of questions we should ask an artist that are not related to their production and whatnot. I think we definitely want to bring some more some other key figures in the scene, like, I don't know, Lo-Fi Nights. She's been one of the very few people that I tried to tune in to her live on Instagram. I mean, she was doing lives on Instagram when lives on Instagram weren't a thing, when it came to lo-fi stuff. I mean, you gotta admit that there's, I'm pretty sure that she knows that as well, that there's a lot of simping going on there. Because
I mean,
sadly,
I don't know whether
that.
you've tuned into her lives like fairly recently.
I think the last one must have been like a couple of months ago, to be honest.
I think I jumped in one maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and oh my god, has it gone really strange in the comments.
Yeah.
Like, usually I think she was getting maybe 30 to 50 viewers throughout, because she does it every Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
Last time I tuned in, I think she was hitting like 500 or 600, and they were all, I think, Arabic-speaking people that were saying some really fucking bizarre stuff.
Yeah. I think I caught whiff on that at some point that was happening, because there were like other people in the comments that they were translating.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking hell. Like, but it was getting low, high-key disrespectful in a way, yeah. I mean, basically online catcalling, kind of like, but even like, but worse, because some dudes from these places, they really, I mean, we all know that the value of a life for like a female is 10 camels. So yeah, but anyway, this is like the kind of
I would definitely like to have more interesting people than just
exactly.
I don't want anyone from like France, specifically Paris, on the podcast. Like,
like some singers, especially tall singers, freakishly tall singers.
Some lanky Parisian coming up.
Like
a little baguette.
People looking like a baguette. No, we don't want a baguette. We take your baguette legs and go.
I get on my Vespa. And I zoot home.
Hey, the Vespa is an Italian.
Oh, that's Italian, yeah.
Fuck's sake, man.
Yes, it's all Europe. We're not in that anymore.
I'm not gonna get in my Renault. Or Renault, my Renault.
Citroën.
Citroën.
My Citroën. And drive through the Arc de Triomphe. What the fuck is a roundabout? Casual European.
Casual. He's gonna baguette the both of us. Bring it on, bro. Bring it on.
I'll bend over for that.
Bend over backwards.
I could probably only handle a petit pain.
A petite pain. It's more like a brioche.
Yeah, the softer the better. Or just one of those fucking breadsticks.
Oh my God.
A pain au chocolat.
Bless his heart.
He's gonna come home with the croissant.
Oh, Macron coming.
Oh fuck! I'm crying.
Oh, me too. My eyes, my glasses are getting steamy.
If we get too competitive, I will surrender.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
He was not a little man.
Only a little dick.
He's a little Richard. Oh fucking hell!
Bless you, so.
Sorry, man.
Going out with a bang. Fuck your life, bing bong.
But yeah, I'm excited to bring some different characters on board.
Exactly.
I mean, we've all seen. I mean, to be fair, like, bring old little Gaboo on. He's all right. He'll have something to say.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, at least like, speaking of him, he's definitely not so embedded into the whole lo-fi scene, Like, yeah, he had his like he's doing songs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when it comes to him, like it's like that song and that song. It's not a joint. It's not a track. It's not whatever. Like he's doing songs.
Yeah.
So it would be like a very interesting. Very interesting to listen to somebody who's like not so embedded or like has a little something different. Like
Yeah. Let's
More
bring
unique.
Daniel on.
damn Daniel, that Daniel.
Killing it in the white vans.
What are those?
Fucking hell. What are those?
Oh yeah. No, we definitely need to find some characters and bring them on. But yeah, we're gonna start off like that until we find out some sort of like a more. I would say I want to say a more chaotic version of what we're doing. So it's like we can talk about the stuff, but I want to bring that chaos, that fuck your life, bing bong chaos into this, but in a more mild manner, in the sense of like, I mean, we're not doing stand up or anything like that. So,
I think
but
adding
yeah,
anyone into this would make it slightly chaotic.
yeah, it definitely will. It definitely will. It's having the fucking Instagram. Good luck figuring out how we chop up the
How we made that into a
fucking
video.
video afterwards. Yeah, but yeah.
Maybe this is when next year's when we make it official and not an Instagram thing.
Yeah, and we fucking film with DSLR cameras and shit.
Yeah,
like
exactly. Well,
that. I mean, I wouldn't. How should I say? There's definitely like I definitely have a plan in my head, in the sense of though. But however, what's going to happen is that I would definitely outsource the editing,
yeah,
and I'm happy to cover the costs for that, because like yeah, we do this for shits and giggles, and you're not as a successful artist yet.
what the fuck?
Sick
That's
burn.
it. It's official. The 10th podcast, I quit. I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna bring the baguette on.
Yeah, try to have fun with that. I
I'm
struggle
gonna
enough with your fucking accent, not with a French boy as well. Fucking hell.
I think no, he has more of an American
Guitariste.
accent than- No, guitariste. That's way worse. No, but Gabu has more of he's trying to do more of an American accent. However, if he comes on the podcast, we want him with his hardcore French accent.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point,
We'll just create just a one-off contract for him to sign that just says must speak in French accent.
Exactly. Like he turns in, he'd be like, "Say baguette."
That's it. You just keep asking him to say things.
Oh, yeah, say French words. Yeah, that's it. Oh God, nah. I don't know. Yeah. What else can we discuss about? Like, I think what happened like this
Have
year.
you seen the Lo-Fi Girl Escape 2021?
No.
Whoa.
Is it? Wait. Like, I saw like the stories that she was posting out, and then it was like the girl running through the rooms, and then there was like sort of like Minecrafty thing balloon
Yeah,
at
that
the
was
end.
basically it.
So that was it.
Yeah.
But wasn't it like, I think there was like something more, like this were like the teasers and there would be something more to that.
No, it was just that all spliced together into one long video.
A long video.
Yeah, a long video. At least that's
is it-
all I saw. I
it's
think it was just a
videos.
metaphor of them escaping 2021. Like,
Oh, like
the Lo-Fi
so-
Girl left the room and went into Minecraft. That's
so does it, because I thought that initially, like when he said escape, that maybe the branding is going to change, or maybe she's not going to be studying it
Again.
Well, maybe she's not going to be studying anymore. Maybe she's going to be doing something else. Maybe it's like introduction to a new
probably
room.
sleeping.
I would put her in a kitchen, man, because we all know lo-fi
Don't
for cooking
do
is
the.
dope.
I
Lo-fi
thought you were going a
cooking.
different direction. Then. I thought you were going a different way.
I
That
knew
was-
that you would.
That I was almost
I
about
was-
to leave.
I was only referencing. I was only referencing the lo-fi for cooking from compilation from the Team
Oh.
Experts.
Yeah, the fixed playlist.
The fixed playlist. This was something that has been occurring, has been happening a lot. I think this year. I think we haven't talked enough about it. I think we talked extensively about it in the Discord, but I think it's giving value to something that is not really valuable. Funny enough, I definitely see a reduction of these, and I'm pretty sure this probably going to be reduced more.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's not working out.
I mean, that's no surprise.
This big surprise for the team of experts.
So what would you say constitutes stealing art, by the way?
Constitutes...
Would you say that if you took a piece of art and posterized it, it'd be original?
It is like, I'm definitely, how should I say, you know me, I make fun about it a lot. I do see though, as the devil's advocate, I do see that...
Such a dig.
I know. I mean, we have to have both options, both versions of it. There's definitely... It is transformative in nature. You know what I mean? It's like, but is it?
At the end of the day, the original composition was created by someone else.
Yes.
If I took the Mona Lisa and shit on it, that doesn't make it original. It just makes it smelly. It's still the same Mona Lisa. It's just covered in shit now.
However, like, take it from me being like, let's say a designer, yeah, and as of recently an illustrator, like all the stuff that I come up with, you know, my character, everything that I have illustrated for my website, like the scenes and the mountains, these are like ideas, or let's say inspiration that I got from other artists in illustration. So
there's definitely a difference between inspired by and then taking something that already exists and adding a filter over the top.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's it. Because at least, I definitely understand. I would understand. Like, how should I say? Let me just again play it from the me doing it personally. Like when I first got inspired by 3-4 different illustrators when it came to the style that I'm having now, I did initially trace over the stuff that they did, because like the first couple of attempts, you want to trace it, you want to, I don't know, I guess to get this is at least how I do it, to get the feel of something, if it's like natural, and how would I do it, because you start off from there. This is my process at least. You start off from more tracing, then I would just eyeball it, like have the original artwork on one screen and then do my rendition on the other one, or let's say my approach, and then slowly you try to bring in yourself, like have you in the design, and then eventually like trying to calling things from memory, which is like the most difficult part actually. And when it comes to illustration, of course, and this is like a lot of illustrators will agree with that, is like when it comes to drawing humans, this is where the problem starts. Like, because it's like you can do cars and objects. Like for me, like still now, it's like super easy to do objects or mountains or whatever. But when it comes to humans, and mind you, I'm doing humans with no facial characteristics. Then you have the rest of the body that you need to make it like be expressive. Like this is so fucking weird and so difficult. But so I wouldn't understand. How should I say? I make the jokes because I definitely don't believe in it, because it has been done extensively. Yeah. But I would just wait out to see if this will evolve into a more original work, in the sense of like, maybe this is like a process for the person who is doing that. And maybe eventually they will find their own style. Yeah. Or it would be something based on that, which is also a very popular way of illustration. This sort of like
paint by numbers.
Nah, you fucking asshole.
That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, you should explain to the people what that is, because not everybody would get the reference. What is paint by numbers?
Okay, so you get a blank canvas that already has like a line drawing on it, and in each of the little gaps there's a number. There's a number, and that you have a palette of paints which have a number, and then you dab number 2 and put number 2 paint number 2 on. Exactly. And eventually you go through all the numbers and it makes a beautiful picture. But it just has this very specific style to it.
And this is called paint by numbers.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure like not a lot of people would know that. So yeah.
Who doesn't know about paint by numbers? Come on. What society do you live in if you don't know what a paint by numbers is?
We're not animals. We live in a society.
Gabby says posterizing a piece of art is like taking a track EQing out the lows and putting it out as your own. Yeah, or adding like a saxophone. You know?
Yeah.
It works the same.
Exactly. Or like basically.
Oh, your audio cut out. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Because my brother called me. Taking errands.
You have a brother?
Third on Mona Lisa and tracing over it.
I can't believe there's two of you. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean there's also a sister. There's like three of us technically.
Oh Jesus! I can't. Ooh. Is it just Paul with a wig? I need to see the family portrait now. Genuinely,
mate. Oh, you're in for a treat, bro. You're in for a treat. You're gonna see. I'm gonna fucking send you my brother's Instagram now. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna dox him. I'm pretty sure that he.
So when you were doing all of those videos that put your face on everything, it wasn't that wasn't you. Like the ones when it was a girl, that was your sister.
What?
You know the videos you did where you replaced the face, the face app thing.
Oh no! Fuck's sake! Fuck's sake! Nah. But yeah. No, my brother is the exact opposite of me. My brother is Jesus.
Oh wow, that's a beard.
That's fucking like he's Robinson Crusoe.
With this guy.
Yeah, he's very interesting. He will store you to death. I'm
into that. Like, let's get your brother on.
How old do you think he is?
Wait, if you're in your 40s, isn't he like... Is he older or younger?
How old do you think it is?
I'd say he's older than you. Right?
He's younger.
Shit.
It's the hobo look that can be very misleading. Yeah.
Younger by how much though?
3 years.
It's
not that bad.
What are you like? Almost 50?
What? He's almost 40. That's what he is. But yeah. No, he's great. He's living the life. He has like his food van, and he's into basically the food industry, like restaurants, pop-up food stores, and stuff like that.
That's
he
cool.
builds brands and all that shit. Like and he's like he's so thin, it's insane. But I attribute that to the amount of stress that he has. I mean, you can tell that from the color of his hair and the beard. Like he's like. There's no more melanin in the head. It's dead. That's it.
Yeah, but there's some good burgers there.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, I can attest to that. I wanted to have some now in the summer, but having like a fat, juicy burger in 40 degrees Celsius,
that sounds like a dream.
No.
Yeah.
Not my dream. Not my dream.
Come on.
But yeah. So, what were we talking about? Because why did we go with my siblings?
I don't know.
Now?
You just, I'm more like digging into your life. I'm an only child.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, it's interesting for
you can probably tell.
Nah.
Being a whiny child at everything. Why are they doing that and I'm not?
No. I'm the child that got away. Actually, I left the country, so. I'm the what is it? The black sheep. I'm the black sheep of the family.
Same.
So, good vibes, man. Good vibes. Yeah. No. What else? Year-wise, I think we're talking about the escape. Yeah, we started with the escape. The Lofi girl escape thingy.
Yeah, I just saw that there were videos. I think it was just a tribute to the end of the year. I think.
Okay. Cool. Great. Great.
It's a 24-hour escape live stream to feature... Oh, YouTube is closing out the year with a 24-hour live stream starring Lo-Fi Girl. Oh, okay, so it's an actual partnership with YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
See, I wondered why, when they did a post on Instagram, that they tagged YouTube in every single line. I was like, all right, how much do you want to, like, you know, YouTube notice me?
Oh, was that on? Is this on their? That's very interesting, actually.
Okay, it features Lo-Fi Girl, BTS, and Mark Rober. So it's basically, what are they doing, a rewind, even though they've cancelled a rewind?
Yeah, they sent an email now, didn't they?
During YouTube stream called Escape 2021, viewers will be called on to help Lo-Fi Girl take a well-deserved break from her room and studies. Doing so will involve undergoing a series of narrative challenges related to 2021 trends. Viewers will respond to polls, answer trivia, and more. If they successfully manage to get through all the challenges, they will unlock an exclusive performance from a surprise musical guest. Well, it's definitely not going to be a Lo-Fi Girl artist.
It's going to be the guitarist.
Just imagine everyone gets excited for this mystery guest and it's fucking Hoffy Beats.
I've seen, like, now that you mentioned it, I've seen some I'm getting very excited on these comments on some of the posts. And now I'm thinking, like, oh, it better not be it.
Imagine, that would just be so disappointing for everyone involved.
I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna feel dumbfounded for sure. I'm gonna feel definitely happy for the whatever person gets to do that. But then again, this is gonna be definitely more content for this podcast. That's what it's gonna be. More content for the podcast. So
when does it go live? It goes live on December the 15th. So yeah, it's already been done. We could figure out who the mystery artist is.
Yeah, but is the live thing out there?
I think so.
Yeah, because I think in one of the announcements.
Oh god, yeah, here it is.
Oh god. Put it on Discord.
A Minecraft concert experience. Minecraft BTS. Oh yeah, it's just BTS.
Is it BTS?
Yeah.
First ever Minecraft BTS butter and permission to dance concert. That's it. Escape 2021. And where is the Lo-Fi Girl thing?
I've just put it in Discord.
Yeah, that's right.
So what happens is she leaves. She's typing. She goes, yeah, this is just the YouTube rewind. They've just turned it into a thing.
I just see the BTS thing. I don't see anything else. But she's like, she left basically and went to the BTS concert. That's what happened.
Yeah, basically in Minecraft.
Okay. But okay.
Thanks for giving Lo-Fi Girl a well-deserved break.
And then she appears in the end with the balloon thing. Yeah.
Oh, how exciting.
Okay. Oh, great.
That was worth. Oh god.
Anybody want to give Pueblo Vista a well-deserved break? Fuck your life, bing bong. Hey, Lo-Fi Girl, fuck your life, bing bong.
Fucking hell. Get in the fucking bin.
Nah. I will after this. I will. I think the plan is I'm going to go to the Christmas market after this. My mission for today is to buy my daughter an overly priced helium balloon.
Nice.
Yeah. You know how much helium balloons cost in the Christmas market?
$10. €10.
12. So that's like
seriously.
That's like £10.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like we got a George balloon. George being Peppa Pig's brother.
Yeah.
George.
Hi, I'm Peppa Pig. This is my brother George.
So yeah, I need to get her one of these because we had him. I mean, that George, I think it lasted like a couple of weeks. Like it was really like flying around, and then eventually it became a little bit more droozy. So I had to get rid of the excessive weight, which was like the body of the balloon. So it was like after I
did you decapitate George?
I decapitated him. Yes, I decapitated him.
Bukakied him.
I bukakied George, and it was like basically his head and the heads.
Wow.
But then it started flying again, which was great. I made sure like had a tight knot, and then we went out the same day that I fixed it. We went out for a stroll with a stroller, and the main door was open, and because of a draft or something, he creeped up on the door and he flew off, and I didn't realize. And Melina all the time she was like, George. I was like, shut up, kid.
Then, Dad of the year.
And then eventually when we go, now she was going like pointing or whatever, and I look back and it was like, I don't know, like I think like a couple of 100 meters away, flying into the sunset. And I was like, oh no, George. So that the whole internal thing happens. Like I told her, like she said it actually, like in her broken Greek, German, whatever, that George is flying to my parents, like to grandma and grandpa, because she has connected grandpa and grandma with an airplane. Like we go in and we get to them.
Okay.
Which is cool. So flying, like it has to do with grandma and grandpa. And then because George flew, he's going there.
Right.
So we're
That's
trying
clever.
to play. Yeah, we're trying to play her. We're gonna double down on that basically. So I think the next days my parents are out on a hunt for a George balloon.
Right.
So we can show it to her on Skype and say, "Hey, George arrived." That's gonna be so cool. Actually.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's gonna fuck her up. Yeah. So. Yeah.
I'm just going to bed. I'm gonna cook some dinner and go to bed.
Of course you will.
It's a Sunday.
I know, man. I know, but she's been cooped up in here too long, so I just want to take her out. We can see like a bit of the lights and the stuff and the decorations and whatever. Maybe you can get her like some what is it called?
Candy.
That
Floss.
sugar candy thingy. Yeah, maybe something like that.
How did I know? I know.
Yeah. So, whatever. It is what it is. Fuck your life, big bang.
you just act like you have just such a fucking miserable life. Oh, I'm just gonna go out with my family to the Christmas market.
No, I'm not gonna go with my
bully for
family.
you.
I'm just gonna go with her because her mom is still sick. So it's gonna be me and Melina, which sucks balls. But yeah, it is what it is.
What the fuck?
What is it? What did I say?
Why does it suck balls, man? Come on.
Okay, fuck your life, bing bang. Yeah, I guess that's it. So you asked me, like, I think in the beginning of the podcast, but like what the plan is.
Yeah.
To do like Christmas, like we used to go to a friend's house. They live like in the middle of nowhere.
Nice.
In that direction, in a field, and we used to go there. Like it's my best man and our maid of honor basically, and we used to go to their house and do like the countdown and all that stuff. And because my best man he's Spanish, the Spanish have this custom. They eat grapes, like they count the grapes and you eat them every time, like the big clock ticks. It's a custom, I think, for Barcelona, Madrid, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, they have like a clock and it ticks, and every time in the last 10 seconds you have to eat a grape or something.
Okay.
And most of the times he manages, I mean, he's been doing this all his life, but most of the time he just manages to choke himself almost to death. So it's like super funny with the grapes. But yeah, due to, the last couple of years, like with Corona and all that shit, and our kids being constantly fucking sick, we just said like, there's no need to do like a virus cocktail. So yeah, I think we're probably going to stay in. Maybe this time Melina's gonna be up, see the fireworks from up here. Nothing too crazy. I mean, Christmas is around the corner. Yeah, open up your presents and
it's a
shit
week
like
away.
that. Yeah, fuck, goddamn, right?
Less
I
than
don't
a
know.
week.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
I
still
made
going to
myself. Bing bong.
bed.
Hey,
No, I think
yo.
we're visiting the mother-in-law and
Okay.
doing stuff. Doing Christmas depends because our government's deciding what it's. Yeah, it's got its fingers up its
basically-
arse at the moment.
I think it's going to be a hard lockdown after this weekend, right?
We don't know.
Oh, no. Okay, all right. I think after... No, okay. But, yeah, I think Christmas, because, yeah.
There's
I don't
there's
know,
talk
listen.
of it, but it's nothing official just yet. But I guess we'll find out. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, they're talking about it here as well, to go, like, balls deep after Christmas, basically. After
I thought
Christmas
you were
Eve,
already in
it's-
lockdown.
Well, we just got out of it on the 12th.
Huh.
So it's been like a week basically that we're out of it. But yeah, I don't know.
Fuck
Bing
your
bong.
life.
Big bang.
Well, on that disappointment.
So on that note, yeah, I think we can save our energy and cover some more stuff in the new year.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely cracking. And let's see, we have anything.
Sunday Roast 10.
Yeah. So how to die? Oh, how to die joined from cold Ukraine. Woo-wee!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! I haven't talked to that guy for ages. Cool.
Send us a DM.
Slide in my DMs, bro. Fuck your life, bing bang. I think I've perfected it. It's like it comes out perfectly now.
There's still like a Greek twang
Pete.
to it.
No, it's like Pete Davidson. Fuck your life, bing bang.
Fuck your life.
Fuck your life, bing bang.
Fucking hell.
I hopefully in the next podcast episode,
Paula will be over this.
I'm not going to be over it. I told you, I taught Melina how to do the bing bong. Now it's like it's going to be. The difficult part is actually making her say "fuck your life." Father of the Year award goes to me. No, I probably ask you to make her say that in Greek so nobody understands it.
What do you talk like in your daily?
I talk to her in Greek, then I talk to her in German. In between, there's some English as well. I try to
That
put
sounds confusing.
Yeah, I mean, I try when she watches cartoons, I try to put on Greek cartoons whenever I get the chance, or English because I don't want her to listen to German cartoons as well. Yeah, because they're using like wrong voices, man, like all the fucking time. I mean, I don't know if you
Peppa Pig's like a middle-aged bloke. Hello.
Dude, we had fucking hell. There's this cartoon in Greek. It was called Frufru. Like it sounds like something very whatever. It's like it was like a little semi-invisible troll or elf or some sort of like a
That sounds
fantasy.
vaguely familiar.
Yeah. In German, it was called the Pumuckl. And it sounded like a middle-aged man, like a in my memories as a child growing up with this, it had like a very squeaky voice, like you know, like it's kids cartoons. Kids cartoons in German is like
Fuck your life, bing bong.
Fick dein Leben, bing bong. Like, what the hell? Like, the first time that I came across it, because we were talking about it with my wife, like, about, you know, cartoons that we used to see and whatnot. And then she said, oh, is this and this? And we were showing each other videos. I was like, oh, I know this. This is Frou-Frou. The funny thing is, like, the running gag is, like, Frou-Frou is the name of a yogurt, a fruit yogurt.
Yeah.
So it's like Frou-Frou, whatever. So she always makes fun of that. But when I heard the original German, and I was like, holy fuck, you fucking creepy people. Like, oh my God. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty dope. So yeah, I tried to, you know, make her listen to some Greek stuff, or like sometimes even put Greek Day TV on, so that she knows that there's like other humans that speak the same with Dad, because naturally she gets more German influences. I mean, makes sense. But she would go to but she would just pick different words. Like, for example, her favorite word for door is the Greek one, which is porta, which is also the Italian word, porta, for door. And because one of the what should I call it? Well, the kindergarten, what would you call them? Not teachers, but
like the supervisor, guardian type people.
Yeah, whatever, that they're in the kindergarten. She knows Italian, so when Melina says porta su, which means like close the door, which is like a mix of Greek and German, she understands. But yeah, bing bong.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gab says it's been, what's it say? Fuck your life, bing bong cast.
Yeah.
I think we should change it.
No.
Sander,
because it's just going to switch into something else in like 3 months' time when there's another stupid meme.
No, I think that name that I really hate myself for not shooting the shit with you earlier and coming up with it was the Terrible Twos. I think that would have been really great. That would have been really great, actually. But yeah. Hey.
Well, maybe for 2021. 22. The Terrible Twos, 2022.
2022, Terrible Twos. Oh, well. Okay. So, thanks everybody who joined. We're gonna see each other again, let's see, in the next year, for sure.
See you next year, kids.
See you next year. I think if everything goes well, I think we're looking at the 9th of January, right?
Yeah.
9th.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Oh, that's 2 weeks, like 3 weeks without us. How are people going to cope?
Well, we have 10 banging episodes that they can just listen to if they want. I mean, I can, or we can take the time now in the holidays and make like fucking shorts. That's actually a good idea. I mean, I would.
But that was my intention anyway.
I know.
To cut out some bits and make them into fun, interesting shorts, but I don't have the time to do that.
I mean, when it comes from this episode, you can definitely cut out at least 20 renditions of
Bing
"Fuck
bong.
Your Life, Bing Bong."
Oh, there's another. Fuck's sake.
Fuck your life, Bing Bang.
What?
So.
This is just your vocabulary at this point.
I know. I'm retarded like that. Sorry, I'm mental challenged like that. Fuck your life, Bing Bang.
Well, on that, have a good Sunday, everyone.
You too, guys.
Peace.
Ciao, ciao. Peace. See you next year, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Fuck your life, Bing Bang.